Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and this is the summary and or SITREP of the Sudan Civil War for day 3. Again, I forgot to change the date. Day 3 and of the Sudan Civil War. So let's start off. And before I start off, you can see that the map actually looks a bit different from previously because day 3 we kind of have a bit more certainty where the forces are. And I also indicated all the major airports or not so major airports in Sudan. So because it's a bit hard to keep track, I think capturing of airports seems to suggest some kind of control. And so tentatively, I have put in all the airports, and this is how we would know somewhat what's happening. The airports will always be in gray. I will not change their colors. So in case you guys need to in case you need to know. And let's start off with Hatum. In Hatum itself, as you can see, there is much more clearer front line now, and the government forces, if you want to call that, or the junta forces actually have managed to control or stabilize the situation as they moved into the city and control the front line in this way. However, it doesn't stop the RSF from capturing the Sudan Broadcasting Service station. There is some rumors that the broadcasting station has been recaptured by the armed forces of Sudan or the junta forces, but we can tentatively I cannot really confirm this information just yet. There is some reports of that saying that they managed to take over control and able to broadcast their own propaganda. But as far as my understanding goes, tentatively TV station is now out. And then there is some major escalation, I would say. The the European Union's ambassador reportedly was assaulted by the RSF troops. So according to aa.com.tr, actually it's by a lot of media anyway, they say that the EU ambassador in Sudan has been assaulted in his own residence. And this mentioned by Jose Borrell on Twitter, and the RSF denied they are involved in the attack. However, the ambassador said that the residence was ransacked by armed men in RSF uniform. So for those that when you are looking at the sources or watching videos, the RSF uniform is in desert colors. They are in like yellowish colors. And then the armed forces of Sudan is in green. So there's the difference in terms of the uniform colors. The RSF also on their main Twitter account have announced that they have seized the military intelligence HQ over here in Hatum. So the Sudanese Military Intelligence Authority, they managed to capture this building here, and you might also see videos or satellite image of a lot of all this aircraft has been burnt and destroyed. Yeah, so but that's not very important. On top of this EU one, then came the report that the US Diplomatic Convoy has been under attack, under fire by fighters associated with the Rapid Support Forces. So the US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken described this as reckless and irresponsible, and then he went to telephone the both leaders and tell them this is not acceptable. But somehow the diplomatic convoy, the people in the convoy are all safe. No one is injured, or probably no one has died. So the embassy of the United States is over here. So yeah, so this reminds me a lot of the Libyan situation, where Libya started fighting between the rebel forces and the government forces, and the entire diplomatic corps is stranded in Libya. And so this seems to reminds me of Libya. So no one is evacuating the US diplomatic people within Sudan yet. According to the information that I read, they have no plans to evacuate their people yet, which is kind of concerning if you are American. Then came information of the RSF by their official Twitter account with videos showing that they have seized the Jebel Aulia airport military base. So Jebel Aulia is here. So there's this military base around here. Some kind of the airport actually have a super short runway, like is a helicopter runway, and there is a lot of helicopters around here, you can see. And at this, oh yeah, it's all helicopters here. So at this air base there is tanks, and then they take photos with the tanks. So RSF has captured this air base or military base around here. This is reacted with the junta or the Sudanese army ordering thousands of its forces from the south and east of the country to head to Hatum to reinforce the forces that is currently fighting around this area here. So this information is order. So they order the troops to go in. So that means they are not there yet. So let's see how this goes. However, there is good news for the junta forces or the Sudanese Armed Forces. They have secured Shendi. So they have a video of their troops and soldiers celebrating with the citizens over at Shendi around here, which is kind of funny. So if you watch the videos coming out from Sudan, you will get very confused because the civilians are celebrating everyone. So they are celebrating with the RSF people. They are also celebrating with the junta people. So whoever wins, they celebrate. It's the kind of situation. So it can be rather confusing. And over at let's not go there first. So in the southwest part of Sudan region, this is where the strong where the RSF, the Rapid Support Force, has their strongest positions. They seems to have captured the Kabkabiya. So according to Sudan.org, I think they are also a radio station of sort. They reported that the RSF has captured Kabkabiya, and callers. So they have people from the ground in the city calling them, telling them that the RSF forces have occupied and taken over the town of Kabkabiya. However, at this town, three UN employees were killed. So which then the UN World Food Programme suspended their operations. So the RSF has controlled the military garrison, and some of the shops were looted, and then the RSF troops agreed to join forces with the police to kind of secure the market region, to make sure that no more people is looting around this city now. Moving on, there is fighting being reported in multiple locations at Junaynah. There is fighting reported in this area according to the Damanga Sudan. They say that on the western part, they say that there's this Sultan of the Masalik tribe, saying that the fighting is ongoing on the western part of the city. So they fought around 1.5 hours, and then it stopped at noon. So maybe they run out of energy because they are all Muslims. So currently they are having their holy month where they have to do fasting. So maybe that's their limit. They have to fight only after they break fast. Anyway, the situation now becomes very unusual. So because previously we have mentioned that the rebel forces have captured the airport over here, and then now the fighting is actually happening around here, which means that there's a possibility that the rebel forces have captured kind of the entire eastern bank of this river here, and they are now trying to cross over to the other side and capture the rest of the city. That could be possible what is happening. However, as usual, we do not know in terms of details, and I'm not sure what river is this. I think this is the Nile. No, it's not the Nile. I have no idea what river is that. So anyway, there is also fighting reported at Zalingei. So at Zalingei, according to the Maga Sudan as well, this is because it's very good because this is actually a Sudanese media, so they have a lot of information. they say that their callers told them that there is fighting at Zalingei, and then the RSF forces actually attacked the army garrison. However, and then they tried to enter the city. However, this attack has failed because the armed force, the junta forces managed to repel them. And currently there is still bodies of the RSF troops lying in the open in the market area. So this is the fighting is low intensity in a way. So it's not like what we are seeing in the Ukraine war. However, they are able to penetrate deep into the market region, and then they got repelled back. So on the bright side is that they are both fighting in uniform. So this is actually at least a good thing. If you are a civilian, at least you know that they are the troops. They are troops of either one of the sides. And so there is, which means that the junta actually have some kind of position within the area of Zalingei, and which includes two airports, the Zalingei airport and the Zalingei new airport, which is here. And the airport is actually just a dirt runway. Don't expect too much in this area because this is actually pretty far away from so-called civilization. And the new airport is much worse. There's not even a building, at least according to the satellite image. So, and yeah, so that is the situation at Zalingei. Over at Nyala, so the RSF previously so-called have captured Nyala after they celebrated on their official Twitter channel, saying that they have defeated the 16th Infantry Division. However, information from the Manga Sudan reported that the residents told the radio station that they are still fighting in this area here, and they confirmed that the fighting is still ongoing in the city. So the fighting is actually still ongoing. So the situation here is still unclear whether if the rebel forces have clear control over the city. But tentatively, this polygon, take it with a pinch of salt, as we are still trying to ascertain the situation on the ground. So for the I will not paint everything in red or in magenta because it's not practical. But just like in the Ukraine war, the unpainted region is the resident force. So whatever there is not painted in yellow is actually so-called still under control of the junta forces. And over at Al Fashir, there is fighting reported at Al Fashir. So according to information also from the Manga Sudan, they say that the hospital is struggling to cope with the high numbers of wounded. And then two shells exploded in the neighborhood, causing some deaths. And so the witnesses say that the Sudan Armed Forces are in control in Al Fashir, and the armed forces call on the residents in the surrounding neighborhood to leave their homes, and they are targeting the RSF positions in the El Manhal camp and the El Gaba neighborhood, which I'm not very familiar tentatively. I'm still very new to Sudan. So fighting looting has already started, so it's not good. So let's see how this goes. So the fighting is still ongoing at Al Fashir, but it looks like this is going to be controlled tentatively by the armed forces of Sudan. And yeah, so this is the everything on day 3, and this is the summary for the day. Have I covered this? Oh yeah, so I didn't cover this. So at Merowe, so there is information that coming out from the drive.com. The Egyptian MiG-29s that were mysteriously stored at Merowe airport has been destroyed. There's 3 of them damaged or destroyed according to their satellite imagery acquired by the war zone. Belongs to the drive.com, and they saw that at least one of these aircraft was destroyed and other are badly damaged or destroyed. So that's concerning. RSF on their official Twitter account confirmed the full capture of Merowe airport. So They still are in control over this region. So, and yeah, I believe I've covered everything now. And so in the latest information reported by war monitors, they say that the Sudanese army spokesman said that their leader has issued a decision to pardon all of those that lay down their arms, including the members and officers of the Rapid Support Militia. So basically, the junta leader is asking the Rapid Support Forces troops to surrender, and if they surrender, no charges will be applied against them. So basically, this is a fight to the end. Just to highlight a bit more information, the armed forces of Sudan is overpowered as compared to the RSF. They have tanks, they have fighter jets, they have helicopters, so, and they have drones. The RSF mainly have technicals, they have some BMPs, they have basically ground troops. So it's some sort of an unbalanced fight. I'm not sure how this will end up, or whether the RSF is going to have a foreign intervention or support. So I thought that the support will come from the Americans, but then we have this information of the shooting of the US Diplomatic Convoy by the RSF forces. So this may change if the Americans are going to do anything. So anyway, this is the summary for the day 3 of the Sudan Civil War, the third Sudan Civil War for the 17th of April, and I'll see you in the next update.